Good evening, Ashutosh. How are you?
Yes, good evening, Roshan. I'm good. Thanks for asking. How about you?
Well, I'm also doing great, and thank you for joining me today.
Pleasure mine always to join new people.
So, how has been your day?
It was a lazy day, to be honest. I did not do a
Hmm,
lot of things today like other days. I was feeling
hmm,
drowsy and tired today. I had pain in my eyes. So that's why I did
hmm.
not do a lot of stuff because most of the things I do on phone and laptop. I had to edit in video also, but I didn't do it. I will do it later, maybe after this
All
session,
right.
maybe tomorrow. So that's how it
Hmm,
is. But it was a normal day for me. I conducted few classes for my students. Yeah, and now
hmm.
here I am. Before you also, I
Great.
had a session. Yeah.
Hmm. You had a busy day,
As I'm saying, it was a lazy day, but not very that busy. Like I
but
have.
still, you had a couple of sessions. You taught students. Even though you were having a lazy day, you did pretty good today.
Yeah, I mean to say, in that sense, I have to do it because I cannot say no to my students. I have to train them every day. So that's how it is. But some days are very productive. So, but this
All
way,
right.
it was not that much productive, like I think or I expect from myself.
I think you are really popular here on conversational videos. Your channel is also big, so I don't think we need to introduce ourselves. Do you want to know about me? Then we will continue it. I have seen your videos, so
To know about you. Mm-hmm.
all right. My name is Raushan, and I am from Bihar. I recently graduated with English honors, and currently I'm working in a school. At the same time, I do make conversational videos, and I talk about books and movies. I know about you, like I have seen your videos, and you're quite popular here.
Not
So,
popular, man. Like having 10 or 20,000 subscribers only does not make you popular. But yes, I have been doing conversations for long. It's been around 3 years.
mhm. So how has been your journey, and what made you to start talking to people?
Hmm. Quite interesting. I have to go back and think about it. That's why I started. First,
All right.
I was a commerce student and I completed my BCom honors accounting from Banaras Hindu University. But there was
Mm,
interruption due to COVID-19. I was back home. At that
mm,
time, I sort of working on my communication skills. And
mm.
that was the best way which I found by speaking to people, I would be able to improve. And
All
I'm
right.
very happy that I got the right way from the first day onwards. So on
Mm,
29th April 2020, I came across with an application that was Buddy Talk. And I started
mm,
interacting with the people there on Buddy Talk on audio basis. Then I came to know about Halo. There was another application. So there I
mm,
did both audio conversations and few video conversations with native speakers, which was my dream, which used to be my dream talking to people from America, Manchester. So I did
mm,
conversation with two or three actually trainers there. One from America, the second from Manchester, UK, and one from Australia. So that boosted my
great.
confidence and I felt really happy for it, and I continued my journey almost for 6 months or more than that on Halo. Then
Mm,
I came to know about WhatsApp groups and I started using WhatsApp groups. Then Clubhouse, I would say Be Angrage, or many other platforms like Hi Local, then
mm,
all these English Shari, Clapping Go, Ing Talk, EAS, Fluency. So I tried all
mm.
those platforms and now it is this CV. So because I'm very
Great.
much fond of using all those platforms
Mm,
where I can speak with the strangers a lot. So that was the audio basis. But in between, from the WhatsApp groups, I got few friends, and I got Josh
mm.
Mohan sir. So Josh Mohan sir from Cochin, Kerala. So he
All
told me
right.
about all these conversations and things, and he
Mm.
supported me to do video conversations through Skype. Can you hear
I think
me?
your video was stuck. Yes, yes, it's fine now. Go on.
Okay. So that's what I was telling you. Then I made my first video and I came to know about all those things, that how to create conversations on Skype. Then I started doing those things, and he suggested me to have a just have a YouTube channel. This will help
Mm,
you boost your confidence and get feedback from people. So I started my channel to boost my confidence and become better in spoken English, as I used to have a lot of time in COVID. I was not
Mm-hmm.
seriously focusing on my studies due to online studies and everything. That's how I started my conversation. I learned a lot by doing conversations, because I did conversation with the people from all sort of background. So I learned a lot about life. So that
Great,
motivated me to
great.
continue more and more, because I was talking to the people who were in 40s, 50s, 60s, 30s, 20s. So I learned a lot from their experiences. And that helped me to take the right decision for myself, that we should do something which we like doing. And that's why then I
Great.
changed my BCom honors degree to this MA in English literature, and I thought of pursuing my passion for the future.
So your interest in English got because of the conversation you had with people. That's why you changed your degree.
Exactly. And I found spoken English mainly to be very interesting. I did not find
Mm.
literature also. It is pretty boring, to be honest, for me, as I come from a
Mm.
commerce background. But somebody like you who's doing BCom, like, this BA honors English, for you it can be an
Mm.
interesting thing, because reading the writers, that is very important. But for me, coming from the like this finance and everything, so it was difficult. But somehow I got this degree. Then I found this also, that I'm
Mm.
particular in spoken English. I'm interested in speaking and communication skills,
Mm.
not
I get it
into
because
literature.
people always get confused with English literature that they have to, speak a lot there. But it is more about studying the language. It's not that you are going to communicate. Of course, you can communicate with different people about different topics, but it is more about studying those authors and their writing style, and
The
it's
history
more
of
with the
English,
history.
how it
Hmm.
originated, how like in
Yes.
Africa, Australia, or England. So that's how it is. So it was totally
Hmm.
different. And if you are pursuing your degree from somewhere in the small city, no environment of spoken English.
Definitely, there is no. Even in my case, when I was in plus two, I had no idea what I was supposed to do. And the only thing at that time, even during COVID, I didn't study anything. All I did was watch movies, anime, TV shows. That's what I was doing. But after COVID, I think I was inter- I have always been interested in stories. So my teacher recommended me to pursue a degree in English honors, but I couldn't enroll myself in a good college. So I did my degree from a non-attending college. So no resources. All I had to do was, self-study. And it was really difficult in the beginning, like to study all those authors and all those books, really hectic for me. So I can understand what you were talking about earlier that in MA you had to study. But now I'm really interested. Like in the beginning, I found William Shakespeare very difficult to read. Still, I find him difficult. But now that I'm more interested into that language, like how, in what context those books were written, and just in general, I'm interested in this language. So I'm enjoying the process of reading it. I won't say I'm reading it. I'm actually studying it. So it makes a completely different approach for me, right? So
Exactly.
did have you read any original text from those authors, like authors from your syllabus?
To be honest, no. I only did
No.
formalities to pass the degree, I would say. That's what I did.
Hmm.
Even though I did not go to college like you, I did from the
Hmm.
local, I would say, nearby my hometown. So I told them
Hmm.
that I'm doing, it was regular, sort of regular, Uh, I
Hmm.
think you are aware of this UP and Bihar system, that you have to tell
Hmm.
them that you would not attend the college and they would be maintaining your attendance, right? So that I told them that I am working on something else, and I'm
Hmm.
working on spoken English, conducting sessions for my students. So I would not be able to attend college. And it is not compulsory in those colleges, to be honest.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
that's
Hmm.
how I did. Somehow, just before the exams, I only managed and studied the all those things, and I managed. Yes, but I did not
Great.
study with that interest. Okay?
Hmm. No, no. Even in the first year, I was not interested at all because the text was really difficult to comprehend, and the archaic English it made it more difficult for me. But in my second year, I was into reading, so I started giving more time into it. Even in my free time, I used to read those books, the novels. I think for me, reading novels were easier in comparison to drama and poetry. That's what got my interest, and
Yes,
now I think I'm more familiar with the language, so it is really, I won't say easy, but it is more comfortable and I can easily comprehend the language. So that's why my interest is, is
So
moving towards
somewhat
it.
you accepted that and you made your interest, right? You somewhat.
Hmm.
But for me, I was not able to because I was doing it for YouTube, and YouTube is a complete different thing, right? Where you have to
Hmm.
speak and approach people, talk to them, and become better as a speaker. But there I did not
Hmm.
find interest, but you found it. And as I told you that I came from this commerce, then just in COVID there was a
Hmm.
break, so I did not feel like studying a lot. I felt like
Hmm.
speaking as much as I can, and that I continued. So, only
Hmm.
I would say in a one sentence that I did my master's degree for that degree only, to be honest. I
Just for
wanted
the
to have
sake of
degree.
degree.
That's it. Yes.
I understand.
Get
And
time to
what?
work on myself as well, because at the same time,
Hmm.
if you're not doing something, your parents, your relatives, your friends, everybody would ask you, what are you doing
Hmm.
and what are you doing? And I was not preparing for anything, that also. So that's why I did
I
that
get
degree
it.
to
I
get
get it.
time to work on myself what I want to.
Great. Now you have a degree, right? But what are your future plans? Are you going to continue your studies or will you focus more on your profession of becoming a language trainer?
At this moment I stopped my studies, I would say. I'm totally
Hmm.
focusing on most of the time I'm conducting sessions for my students, one-on-one
Hmm.
sessions. Then this
All right.
YouTube, because YouTube is very important to work independently. If I want to work independently, I need to have
Hmm.
a strong file on social media so I can get people, right? So that's
All
what
right.
I'm working. But when I went to give my actually went to go when I went to my college to give a practical and that viva, which is there in the
Hmm.
last year, and it went really well, to be honest. So what my actually my professor was really impressed the way I expressed
Hmm.
myself, and I studied that file, whatever I the project I made, and I presented that in a very well manner. So he asked me,
Great.
he's
Hmm.
and he invited me to the cabin, and he said, better you prepare for the NET JRF or something and just apply for the main campus, some main campus
Hmm.
universities, because you seems to
Hmm.
be very, because my presentation was very good. I was not very
Hmm.
deep into the subject, but I studied that part very well and I presented him in a well manner. So he was
Hmm.
impressed. Then he said that it would be better for you if you do NET and then apply for the any main campus as a professor. That's what he
Yes.
said. Sometimes like I thought about it, but now I found more into this and I'm doing it right now. Maybe in future I can make my plan again, because not anytime you can do it, right?
Hmm. I don't have much idea about it, but I think you have to study a lot, especially the text. You have to go in detail, and there is a whole syllabus of it. It's not that you just have to
Yes,
study, your
I just
subject.
excited about the whole thing, but yes,
Hmm.
that is right. That I have to take a lot of interest, and I have to cover the subjects both of somewhat of BA and MA both, right?
Hmm.
Means not
Yes.
everything, but the main subjects. There are few main books, like 6 to 8 books. They are recommended. They are
Hmm.
recommending to study. That I have to study very deeply, and I have to prepare for the paper one and paper two both, not only
Yes.
the
Yes. Yes.
this subject only.
So how is YouTube working for you? Do you enjoy your time here, and is it paying you well that you can continue it even in future? Like I know that it is not sustainable. To whomever I have talked, they talk about that it is not sustainable. Like you have to do a full-time job. But I want to ask you, how is it working for you?
How it is working for me, I like doing it, and I like the, of course, people get help from my videos.
Hmm.
I have been doing it from the last 3 years, so people get help out of it, and I enjoy at the same time talking to a lot of people. First thing. Second point,
Hmm.
I make a little bit, I would not say a lot of money. That is not
Hmm.
sufficient. Nobody can be dependent on YouTube. At my stage also, I cannot be completely dependent on YouTube. Okay. And it
Hmm.
is not certain, maybe anytime you can get the sponsored tips, you can get, but maybe the next week
Yes.
you
Yes.
will
Yes.
not get anything, so there is no
Hmm.
certainty. And maybe
Hmm.
sometimes you would not get the payment also monthly, that is there on YouTube,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
right? And the third point is that why I'm on YouTube, as I told you, that to work independently you have to have a strong profile on social media, right? If you have a
Hmm.
strong profile, then directly people will approach you. Otherwise, I have to go to some institute and I have to ask them that please give me some students, then they would take commission,
Hmm.
right? So right now
Definitely.
YouTube I'm getting direct students. That's why
Hmm.
my main job is to train people. That is my
Mm-hmm.
main profession. From there, I'm getting sufficient and I'm happy with it. But on YouTube, I cannot be dependent. Yes.
Great. So you are going to continue it even in future. This is
Yes.
your whole plan.
This is my whole plan. I want to see myself as a better speaker. I
Mm.
think if I would work hard, I would get more opportunities. But at this
Mm.
point, I don't have any plan to go offline. After 1 or 2 years, maybe due to some, I would say family things, I'm not able to do it. Otherwise,
Mm.
in future, I can have my own institute also, own center
You are
where I
working
can
hard.
help
Like
people with
you are
opportunity to implement.
you are doing this many sessions, these many sessions. You are already working hard. You don't say that I need to work hard. Like you are doing it. And I think talking about your offline classes, so you are planning that. You haven't opened any offline classes yet.
Not yet. Due to some family responsibilities and things, I am not
Mm.
doing it. And for that, we need investment. I don't want to
Of
work in
course.
any coaching center
Yes, yes, yes.
because if I would be
Mm-hmm.
working in any coaching center, they would
Mm.
not pay fair actually money, I would say for
Yes,
sure.
I get it. I
And
get it.
even I will not get something what I want to do because if you start your own institute, you can impose your own rules and regulations. You can follow
Definitely.
your own techniques to train English.
Mm-hmm.
What
Mm.
happens in traditional coaching centers that you have to teach grammar, you have to teach vocabulary. There is no scope for particular spoken English. Okay,
Spoken,
that's why I
definitely.
want to have my own coaching where I can train people according to myself without any
That's
interruption.
great idea, dude. That's great idea. And I totally understand your point because right now I'm working in a school and sometimes it gets really hectic. Not just that teaching part, but the paperwork you have to do and all those school activities. It's really hectic. And I totally get it that you have to be almost traditional. Like you cannot express, the ideas you have. Like you have to follow the system which is already there. You
Teaching in
cannot cross
school,
that.
you have to stick to the syllabus only, right? And your
Yes,
syllabus.
syllabus too.
Mhm.
Mm. Syllabus is also part of it. It's really hectic.
So
So good
what
luck
I
with you.
teach in a school, but
Hmm.
if they are asking me to teach for 4 to 5 periods, not for this paperwork, then I would
No.
teach. But I like this.
Good
When
luck
I
with
say
that. You won't find
think
you
the
won't
best,
find many schools like that because especially in private schools there is paperwork and you have to if you are not going to accept it they will not hire you.
for that
I'm looking for that school too.
in
The
any
thing you talked about.
I am
I'm
not.
looking for it. Right now I have to work, otherwise if I could find a kind of a school that you mentioned then definitely I'm going to leave that school.
It's very difficult to get it. But
Hmm.
once I was going back home, so I got a guy. So he
Hmm.
asked that, did you complete your B.Ed? I said no. But he was saying that in
Hmm.
his school, there are some posts for particular spoken English. Not, I
Oh,
said, I'm
cool.
not interested in this, actually, this writing English and all those subjects. So he said no. But if you are good in English, they have some particular, and he was from, I think DAV or some college he was talking about. I'm not sure. I
Hmm.
forgot the name. So he told me, but then I told him that I'm doing my master's in English. But he said, no,
Hmm.
you have to have this B.Ed degree.
Beard.
That
Hmm.
if you have a B.Ed, then you can work there as a spoken English trainer, not that typical teacher, English teacher.
Great. So are you going to? I don't think you're going to do beard now, right? You
No,
won't be
I'm not
doing beard.
interested in teaching schools. I would love
Hmm.
to, rather than going for B.Ed, I would love to go for this net. So
Net.
good.
Yes. So thank you, Ashutosh. Thank you so much for your time. It was really nice talking to you. And I hope we can do it in future too. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. So, okay, thank you, Roshan. It was really, really nice talking to you. And you asked some wonderful questions, and we were into deep, I would say, the conversation. So, it was really
Hmm.
nice. Thank you so much. Bye
Thank you.
bye. Take care.